The first question you ask a producer is, what do you want of me? Do you want me to carry on in the vein that's been set? Or do you want to set off on a new course? The safe, the easy answer is to say, stick with it as it is. In which case, I guess I'd have said no. Roger was brilliant at what he did, but I couldn't simply copy what he'd done. The movies have become somewhat pastiche. Before you go too long, you've become a parody of yourself. You've lost depth, you've lost texture, you've lost contradictions. You start to get shallow. What makes these movies work?
What were his films' depth then? Was he bringing depth?
Is it that got them going?
Excuse me.
You've got to go back to the beginning. Here was a hero who murdered in cold blood. Bam, 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 bam. The dirtiest, toughest, meanest, nastiest, brutalist hero
It's a lot of adjectives.
we'd ever seen. This is what started those movies.
Shocking.
I wanted to bring people back to believing in this character, to bring my reality to it. I guess I've always liked a challenge.
I'm enthusiastic about it. I'm 80 years old, and I'm still
there we go, guys.
enthusiastic about making Bond.
He was very excited about
Oh, there she is.
starting up again.
He wanted
a real
to do
sense
it.
of nostalgia, going back
But
to
she
the
was probably
beginning when it was
fucking 2 years old or something when this happened. It's
all
like,
fun and full of promise.
just shut the fuck up. Right, let's just go to this one, because I've got a new trade for you. So let's do it. Full screen. Volume up. Let's go. Slightly bigger one, this one. The last one was 2 minutes, this is 7 minutes, so hopefully there's more.
Quid pour la banque.
I hope your third is where your real talent lies.
One rises to meet the challenge.
Double.
One rises to meet the challenge. One rises to meet the challenge. That's some dick joke, probably.
Sweetie. Cut.
5. 6.
Look at his intense stare. God, that's so Bond. Bond just holds eye contact at the point where it's just uncomfortable and weird. That's Bond.
Bank loses.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
The very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
I never learned that trick. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. And you?
God, wouldn't this just be absolutely sickening to watch? Like he never learned that trick. Like he just doesn't know anything other than just being an obnoxious winner. Like, it's a fucking horrible, man, what they've turned this into. You know, think about the quote that Timothy Dalton just said. Think about Timothy Dalton, right? And what he was trying to do, and all what he did, or didn't do, or failed to do, whatever. We'll not get into that. But look at this. Look at this directional maneuver here.
The same.
And how do you take it?
Straight up. With a twist. Thank you. Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Senior on the top.
On it.
On the top.
Your
On the top, but yet no joke is made about it. There's no pun there. Look,
accent, it's Georgian.
Very good.
look.
On the top.
Your accent, it's Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You have been to Russia?
Not recently, but I used to
Very good, Mr. Bond. Like it's not about who can out-patronize each other. Like she's trying to be patronizing and he's out-patronizing. It's like a battle, a race to the bottom on who can be more patronizing. It's just stinking.
drive in occasionally, shooting it out.
Ah, it's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
Tip for your friend. The registration plates for the French new models all begin with letter L.
He just knows that. Raise your eyebrow. He knows this. Just so you know, it's just fucking stinking. Like little friendly conversations.
Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold?
Even the way he blinks is annoying. Even the way he blinked there was just shit. Can you see that?
Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold with the Motor Vehicles Department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
I like women who enjoy pulling rank.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
Pleasure, I'm sure, was all. Banker.
The pleasure, I'm sure, is all mine. Like, it's just stinking. Like, who's writing this stuff? Who's writing these fucking scripts? Like, is Barbara fucking Broccoli writing them herself? My God, like, she just writes them in the bath. It's like, these are all just, like, sex novels that she reads. Like, you know, shitty books, novels that you read at the airport or something. She's just read too many of these and just thought, right, Bond's gonna be like, it's gonna be like 50 Shades of Grey. And it's gonna be every woman's fantasy, not every man's fantasy. Fuck that. This is for the women.
It appears we share the same passions. 3, anyway.
I count 2. Motoring and baccarat.
Read pour la banque.
I hope your third is where your real talent lies.
One rises to meet the challenge.
Double.
Sweetie. Cat.
5. 6, bank loses.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
The very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
I never learned that trick. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done.
Perhaps you'll show me how it's done. That is fucking shit.
Vodka martini, shaken not stirred.
Like, this guy does not know how to act. He's just seen actors and thought that's what actors do. They just say things in this way, so I'll just do that. It's like he's imitating actors rather than actually acting. It's weird.
And you?
The same.
And how'd you take it?
Straight up. With a twist. Thank you, Mr.
There's so many joke possibilities here that just aren't being like, Roger Moore would have had a field day with all these answers. Like,
Bond. James.
Bond, James Bond. Fuck me. Like, how many times have I seen that? Like that's the one thing they should probably just cut out of the Bond movies. That line, Bond, James Bond. Like, just have it right at the start or something, and then just never do it again.
Bond.
Then you're on the top.
On it up.
On the top.
Your accent. Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia?
Recently. Used to drop in occasionally. Shoot, in and out.
It's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
Tip for your friend. The French plates this year begin with the letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
It's thinking, it's like in his mind, he's not even Bond. Do you know what I mean? He's not even getting into the character of Bond. What he's doing, he's just Henry Cavill saying lines, pretending that he's pretending to be Bond. It's pretending to pretend. It's not actually pretending. It's like there's a level. He's 1 degree removed from it all, and it's like, man, there's something missing here. And it's like he needs to go into a room and become Bond and walk out. That's why. Do you know why? Because you're not wearing the suit. You need to have the haircut. You need to have the suit. You need to go to Sean Connery's hairdresser. You need to go to Sean Connery's suit maker. Wear the suit to the fucking audition. Put your French cuffs on. I mean, even fucking Daniel Craig put on French cuffs because he wanted to do it. This guy turned up in a leather jacket and a fucking haircut that is just completely wrong. Horrible. I've never liked Henry Cavill. I've always thought he sucks ass, man. It's like watching paint dry. It's fucking just dull, man. It's dull.
And what rank do you hold with the Motor Vehicles Department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
I like women who enjoy pulling rank.
I like women who enjoy playing rank. He almost fucked that line up. Listen to that. He almost is fucking that line up. Listen.
One is an admiral.
I like women who enjoy pulling rank.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
The pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine.
That is awful. I don't know who's writing this, but it's not helping. Like whoever's writing the script is not helping matters. Like, Henry Cavill, the fact that you're even bringing this guy in for an audition as a possibility is a fucking absolute insult.
Banco.
Where is Clive Owen? Can we get Clive Owen in? Fuck me, that would have been great. He was probably doing Children of Men at this point, but like still like
It appears we
Clive Owen would have killed it, man. I think Clive Owen would have absolutely killed it as Bond. There's just something, he just has a certain something about him. I can't express what it is. It's a manliness, it's a suave, he's like a man. Like Henry Cavill is a man's man. He's not a man's man. Like Clive Owen has it. It's like he would wear aftershave. Do you know what I mean? He just wears man's clothes. He dresses in the man's department of M&S. Do you know what I mean? It's like in Children of Men, he was just like. Do you remember he was just pouring his whiskey into his coffee in the morning because he just when the coffee shop blew up, he was just in 2 seconds ago. Do you remember he was just like in his fucking suit and coat and all like that sort of shit. Like he's not doing that to try and be something. He's just those are the clothes you just wear because that's it. That's what you wear. You're a man. You're a man. Do you know what I mean? Henry Cavill is a mystery to me. Like I don't know this leather jacket. It's awful. It's all shades. It's 50 shades of awful. Let's continue. Oh fuck! He didn't do 50 Shades of Grey. It was actually someone else. Sorry, I thought he did 50 Shades of Grey. That was actually some other dude. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I take that back.
share the same passions. 3, anyway.
I count 2. Motoring and Baccarat.
Oui pour la banque.
I hope your third is where your real talent lies.
1 rises to meet the challenge.
Double.
Honestly, I can't watch this for the third fucking time. Is this the third go? Right, let's have it. Let's go. Take 3. Right, let's take 3. Let's see if it's any different than the last 2 takes.
Sweetie.
Talent lies.
1 rises to meet the challenge.
Why are you doing it the same way for the third time? Like, switch it up a bit, man.
Double.
Sweetie.
This is why he never got it.
Cat.
What is that?
5. 6. Bank loses.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
The very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to crit while you're ahead.
I never learned that trick. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. And you?
The same.
And how'd you take it?
Straight up. With a twist. Thank you, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Senor on the top.
On a top.
On the top.
Your accent. Georgian?
Fucking on a top. Right, we get it. Come on.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia?
Not recently. I used to drop in occasionally, shooting out.
Oh, it's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
This is awful. Like, she said her line before he even finished his line. It's like, it's just bad.
Very different now. Been to Russia?
Not recently. I used to drop in occasionally, shooting out.
Oh, it's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
A tip for your friend. French plates this year start with letter L. Even the...
Yeah, it's fascinating, man. That's really interesting. Wow, this was bollocks. Okay, go to the next one.
Thank you, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Yes.
James Bond.
Yes, who the fuck's this guy? Like, this is what I want. I want this guy, like. My name's Bond. James Bond. Who the fuck are you? It's like fucking Hugh Jackman's little brother or something. Who is this guy? I'm Bond. James Bond. He said it quicker. I like it.
Thank you, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Yes. Yes, yes, I'm having this guy because that was the worst one. But seriously, why? What is with the fucking long hair? Everyone's just turning up with their fucking long hair. Do you know what I mean? Like mullets. Were mullets a thing in 2005? They were for him. Oh God.
James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
What's your name? My name is Bond, James Bond.
Yeah, my name's fucking James fucking Bond, yeah. Is it Sam Worthington? Oh my God, is it Sam Worthington?
Good evening, Mr.
I think that was Sam Worthington.
Bond fans. The 007 audition process is a closely guarded thing. We often have very few concrete ideas as to who exactly is in the running, until at least one candidate is confirmed as Barbara Broccoli cast.
Look, he's got 42k views in 2 days, 71k subscribers. I'm telling you, Bond is a good angle to make your YouTube channel on. If I was exclusively a Bond channel, I'd probably get loads of views.
It's the final ballot.
There she is. There she is, guys.
Some white smoke pours from the MI6 building in London, and the
Napo, baby.
new James Bond is announced. We know for a fact that a big part of the auditioning process.
There he is. Like, no one. See the way he just walked through that fucking curtain? That's what nailed his role. He fucking wanted it, and he knew the money was involved. He wanted it, and he fucking took it. Like, look at this. Look at this guy. Whoever walked into a room like that, and then the way he just answered the door. Look at this shit. Look at the way he's just swanning around the room like he owns it, and then answering the door, and then flicking out the card and all. Let's go back and just check this out.
It's the final ballot, and white smoke pours from the MI6 building in London, and the new James Bond is announced. We know for a fact that a big part of the auditioning process is a relatively glossy screen test where the candidates act out a fight scene as well as a love scene, with the Bond-Tatiana meeting from Russia with Love used for such tests. Over the years, we've seen snippets and stills of such tests from the likes of Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig, as well as from candidates that didn't get the role, such as Sam Neill and James Brolin, whose entire screen tests are included on the Octopussy Blu-ray and 2-disc DVD set as viewable extras, so do check those out if you want to be extra grateful that we got a returning Roger Moore in that film. This is obviously a very valuable part of the auditioning process for the producers. It makes a difference to see a Bond candidate on film with the proper lighting, the set design, the costumes, taking direction from the director on set, and so on, and by...
Look how out of shape and weird he looks there. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, some weird, like, man boobs or something, but like oh my God, he has like man boobs. That's weird. Thank God this guy's talking, because like he can actually talk now and take the pressure off me. Listen to this guy.
And so on, and by all accounts, these screen tests are the final phase of the casting process. But such lavish and expensive testing can't be bestowed upon every single James Bond candidate, so these things work in rounds. And as we know, pretty much every handsome actor going, aging from their early 20s to their early 40s, would happily have tiny drills buried into their skulls if it meant that they got even a shot at playing the character. So prior to those lavish...
God, Sam Worthington. God, I can't remember. I actually didn't recognize him with that hair. It was like I've never seen him with hair like that.
Screen tests, the casting team will ask contenders to take part in less formal screen tests, or indeed submit self-tapes.
Sam Worthington was is an awful fucking actor, man. He's really, really bad. Like, he ruined a lot of films for me. Like, around the 2010s and all, he ruined a lot of shit for me, man.
Candidates will be given script pages and rock up in their own clothes and give it a shot. These things are of course made for the eyes of the filmmakers only, and they never typically see the light of day. They're never meant to be released. Until someone finds them on a VHS tape in a recycling bin at a movie studio and then uploads them to YouTube for the benefit of us all to geek out about. Yes, I do have to thank Ron South, who uploaded these 4 screen tests that we're going to be discussing today. The Henry Cavill one has obviously been the most discussed of these because, well, I mean, he's still a regular name on the who could be the next Bond circuit, and we know from the filmmakers that for Casino Royale, it basically came...
So Henry Cavill could still be in the next one, like it's not over, like it's, you know what I mean, don't count this guy out, we could still have this guy, and I was always against it, but now I'm kind of for it, because it looks so bad.
Between Cavill and Daniel Craig, so it's very interesting to even have a sliver of a glimpse of a nugget into what his James Bond might have been. But Ron also uploaded...
Isn't it so sad that we don't still, like fucking 20 years on, we don't have anyone? Look at this guy. There's Joker.
Did tests for Sam Worthington, Anthony Starr, and Rupert Friend.
Oh God, is that not Sam Worthington? So that's Anthony Starr. I thought that was Sam Worthington too.
And Rupert Friend, so it's a veritable smorgasbord of
Rupert Friend. Listen, he's having a laugh, mate. Do you honestly think you're James Bond? Get the fuck out of here, mate. You're Slytherin. You're Slytherin. You're Harry Potter material. You're not James Bond material.
James Bond what ifs. I mean, seriously, thank you so much, Ron South, if you're watching this, for sharing
He is fucking weird in this. Isn't he so weird?
these videos with us. It's an incredibly rare treat to have this level of a peek behind the
That looks like Sam Worthington too to me. That's so fucked up.
curtain regarding the Bond casting process, and Bond fans such as myself will forever be in your gratitude. Links to Ron's channel and each of the tests in the video description below. So I'm actually going to be watching the videos for the very first time for the purpose of this video. I've been saving watching these because I knew I just had to make a video about them, and I'm quite excited to be finally watching them. We're going to go through each of the videos in turn, we're going to be talking about how each of the actors did, and at the end of the video, why not, it's YouTube, let's do a little ranking in order of worst to best.
Right, do you know what it is, dude? Hurry up, come on. I've got my own video going here. Right, we've already seen this, guys. You don't want to see this one again. You don't want to see him. Oh, do you want to see his comments on it?
Thank you. Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Senior Onatop.
Softly delivered.
Alright.
Onatop.
Your accent, it's Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You have been to Russia?
Not recently, but I used to drop in occasionally, shoot in and out.
Ah, it's very different now. A land of
Cheekbone flexing going on
In
here.
a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
Tip for your friend. The registration plates for the French new models all begin with letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
I like when you enjoy putting back.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
Pleasure, I'm sure. Was all.
Okay, do you want to speak up a bit more? Okay.
Shut the
It
fuck up.
appears we share the same passions. Through.
Oh, same.
anyway.
I
Same one
can't
again.
too. Motoring and baccarat.
No, it's
You
bollocks.
really-
Honestly, I've seen
Well,
this one enough. Like, I've seen enough
Yeah.
for the last of my lifetime. Can we get to the next one? Come on. Get to the next one.
Amazing take.
Rank do you hold in the motor vehicles department,
Well.
Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
Let's go.
Candidates and what have you that I never like entirely believe it, and now I do. So without further ado, let's go into Sam Worthington's screen test, which begins
Hurry
with
the fuck up, man.
his
Come
name down on a whiteboard, I guess.
Hurry the fuck up. Sam Worthington.
goes through a very
Well, that was an interesting bit of direction there.
Banco.
The hair's all wrong. Look, do you know what I mean? You could have combed your hair like Bond and at least wore a suit. Look, for fuck's sake, man, you're not even trying. Like,
Oh, props. And a blue screen.
Seems we share the same pleasures. Can I start again?
Oh.
So did he speak before they said it, or are you ready?
Did he realise he fluffed up the accent?
Banco? Appears we share the same passions.
the Sam Passions, yeah, the you can't get rid of that Australian. You're just like, she's the that ass shit. Can you see that?
So did he speak before they said it, or are you ready?
Did he realise he fluffed up the accent?
Banco? Appears we share the same passions. Or three anyway.
I can too. Motoring and baccarat.
Said it?
I hope your third is where your real talent lies.
Well, one has to rise to the challenge.
Double.
Seven.
He's quite pronouncing that quite right.
Carde.
No, definitely not pronouncing it right.
6 bank loses.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, that's the rule I live by. And what is the rule that you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
But that's a trick that I've yet to learn.
Is he trying to
Bet
do
you
it?
can show me how to do it. Have a vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred. Have you?
The same.
Awful. This is fucking awful. You can almost see what it would have been, like what he would have.
How do you like to take it?
Straight up, with a twist. Thank you, Mr.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Zinnia
Seems shy
on the
about
top.
it.
My name's Bond. It's bloody James, bloody Bond, bloody mongrel.
On the top.
On the top.
Your accent. It's Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia?
Yours is
Oh,
from
amazing.
Adelaide.
But on occasion, I do like to drop in, shoot
He's like Hoagie or something, isn't he? He's like Hoagie Bar.
and shoot out.
It's very different now.
There's
A
a
land of opportunities.
land of opportunities, is it? Like there's a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
Yeah, well, a tip to your friend. The French number plates for this year's model Ferraris all start with the letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department, Mr. Bond?
Commander. Miss on the top.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
You know, I love a lady who pulls rank.
Nice to meet you.
Awful, wrong. I honestly feel I could do a better audition on this. I already see what it needs to be. There's just there's no charm. Everything needs to be said. Like this guy's not in control of the situation. You need to be in complete control of the situation at all times. Like even when the fucking guy's got the gun to your head and you have like you're strapped to a chair and he's hitting the button and the door's opening and you're about to be dropped out of a plane, you still need to be in complete control of the situation. Like rather drafty in here. Like you need to fucking. It's like you need to know you're Bond. You are fucking Bond. It's like basically you're Superman. Do you know what I mean? So you know something that they don't. You're never telling them, but you can just see it in your face. It's like, what does he know? Why is he not trembling? Why is he not? Because he's fucking Bond. He's the best. He was trained by the British. Like, and it's like you're in control, and these guys aren't Bond. He's not Bond. Like, look at you Bond with that fucking hair, man. You look like a fucking jackass. You look like a clown. You're a Joker, man. Take this Joker fucking material and get the fuck out of here. Come back when you actually. Do you know what I mean? This guy could be Bond. This guy could be Bond. Look at the way he's turning up on his YouTube channel with his fucking crisp white shirt and all. Like, he's ready to go. Like, he could be Bond. He's fucking ready more than this guy is.
You, Mr. Bond.
Do you know what I mean? You're not Bond. You're Sam Worthington.
It's a pleasure. But I fear it's all mine.
Rolling. Set à l'avant.
Does his t-shirt doesn't say diarrhea?
Thank you.
No, it says.
He's got a Radiohead t-shirt on that's so stinking. Like, this is. Do you know what I mean? Don't be wearing this shit your audition. Like,
Radiohead.
that's why he didn't get it.
He's wearing a t-shirt that
Seems
says
like we share the
diarrhea.
same passions. Well, three anyway.
I count two. Motoring and that.
He's just laughing at his Radiohead t-shirt like, you're an absolute fucking inbred loser. Like, why don't you have a crisp white shirt on? And French cuffs. See, Daniel Craig had the French cuffs. He wanted it. He fucking wanted it. And he got his French cuffs pressed. And he got his cufflinks. He rented out top-end cufflinks. He probably rented them out for £1,000 for one night. For this one audition, and it was like, yes. He put on aftershave, and like Barbara Broccoli just smelt the Chanel in the room. It was like, fuck yeah, man, this guy's Bond. This guy's Bond. This guy is Bond. He smells like Bond. He's got French cuffs like Bond. He walks through the curtain like Bond and opens a door like Bond and just gives a card out like Bond. Do you know what I mean? This guy, look at this guy, man. This guy looks like Edward Scissorhands or something. I don't know what fucking movie he thinks he's in, but it's just not Bond. And for that reason, I'm out.
Baccarat.
Oui, pour la banque.
I hope your third is where your real talent lies.
Everyone likes to rise to the challenge.
Double.
Sive. Card day.
Card A.
5. 6, bank loses.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
That's the rule that I live by. And what is the rule that you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
That's a trick that I've yet to learn. Maybe you can show me how to do it. A vodka
This is awful.
martini. Shaken, not stirred. And for
That was awful.
you,
The same.
That was awful. That was
how do you
awful.
take it?
Straight up with a twist. Thank you, Mr.
No reaction to that?
My name's Bond. James Bond.
No reaction, just like a piece of wood. Who is worse, Sam Worthington or Henry Cavill? Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Like, this is poor, man.
Zinnia on a top.
On the top.
On a top.
Your accent, it's Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia.
Hi. On occasion, I like to drop in.
Is he ad-libbing this?
Sorry, continue.
Yo, that was awful.
Right.
He touched his nose.
Ask me again.
Very good, Mr.
Let me
Bond.
tell you something. Your accent's Georgian.
No, that was awful.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia.
And not really, but on occasion I do like to.
Oh, he is actually choking here. This is actually choking. This is bad, like, guys.
Take a cut. Let's start again.
Start again. Let's just start again. It's okay.
Rolling.
Oh, I think he lost track of the lines
Hey,
there.
my name's Bond. Name's Bond, James Bond.
Zinnia on a top.
On the top.
On a top.
Your accent's Georgian.
Oh, okay.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia.
Not recently. Fuck it.
Oh.
Your accent is Georgian. In fact, your accent. What's your name again? My name is Bond, James Bond.
Yeah, shit. That was absolutely fucking bollocks. That was fucking bollocks. Oh, God, man. Oh, God, I feel bad for him. Look, oh, I gotta watch that again. Hold on. Look at this guy. He's loving it. He's gleefully loving it.
Let's start again. Rolling.
Oh, I think he lost track of the lines
Hey, my
there.
name's Bond. Name's Bond, James Bond.
Zinnia on a top.
On the top.
On a top.
Your accent's Georgian.
Oh, okay.
Very
I can't
good,
remember
Mr.
my
Bond.
line.
You've been to Russia.
Not recently. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Oh,
Your accent is Georgian. In fact, your accent. What's your name again? My name is Bond, James Bond.
Zinnia on a top.
funny.
Your accent Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia.
Not recently. On occasion, I like to drop in. And shoot in, shoot out.
It's very different now. A land of opportunities.
Right. With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
A little tip for your friend. The registration plates in France for this year's model, they all begin with the letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
I'm absolutely convinced now I could nail this audition. I'm absolutely convinced I could do this now. Like, he's not holding any silences. There needs to be a bit where you just hold the silence for, you know what I mean, create the tension, and then he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
I like a woman who can pull rank.
Nice to meet you,
You like Radiohead? Clearly.
Mr. Bond.
Well, my pleasure.
I wouldn't laugh. That was awful. Bond wouldn't do that.
Let me out. Let me out.
Let me out. Did he say let me out?
Let me out. Let me out.
Ooh, interesting.
He absolutely choked, man. He choked.
Huh. That little bit at the end there, I wonder if that was him in character, that little look to the ground and smile. That, like, is that in character, or is that him being like, oh crap, maybe I blew this? I mean, first of all, like, the very first take of that, I just kept thinking, like, wow, this would have been a really different take on the character. He doesn't seem to be trying to hide his Australian accent all that much, and I do wonder how much of that was they were just like, you know, we'll work on the accent later. Just do it. We're just, you know, here to get a sense of, you know, your acting style and what have you. But that really stuck out. And then as the video progressed, I really got a sense of him being, and I can appreciate this, it must be incredibly nerve-wracking to be auditioning for James Bond of all things, but like, yeah, I think his nerves were coming through there, and you could tell like he was forgetting some lines and what have you, and he seemed maybe even a bit annoyed at himself. I was getting a lot of frustration out of that, so I'm not quite sure how much, because when I was watching it again, I thought like, oh wow, this is quite an aggressive sort of take on James Bond, really, and strangely, like, the moment...
He fucked it up. He absolutely fucked it, man. I don't want to hear him. I just want to go to the next one. Alright, let's go. Who the fuck's this guy?
Could he have been James Bond rather than Homelander? Let's find out.
Action.
This guy's not Bond.
Bungle.
It's a hotel room. He looks like Michael Fassbender, like a young Michael Fassbender.
He looks like fucking Hugh Grant's wee brother or something.
It appears we share the same passions. 3 anyway.
I can't.
He looks like... Who does he look like? Fuck me. He looks like... I know his name. Who the fuck? What do you call that guy? Bradley Cooper. He looks like Bradley Cooper's fucking wee brother or something.
Homelander.
Bungle.
It's a hotel room. He looks like Michael Fassbender, like a young Michael Fassbender.
Wrong. Bradley Cooper. Wrong. You're wrong.
It appears we share the same passions. 3 anyway.
I can't.
Mixed with a wee, tiny, ever so tiny amount of Tom Cruise. Just a little bit.
2.
Bradley Cooper. 98% Bradley Cooper with 2% Tom Cruise.
Motoring and backup.
With 1% Bono, maybe, in there. A little bit of young Bono as well.
I hope the 3rd is where your real talent lies.
One rises to meet the challenge.
Right, already he's doing way better.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
The very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
There's a trick I've never learned. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done.
Lots of head tilts.
There's a trick you've never... There's a trick I've never learned. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done. Vodka martini, shaken not stirred. And for you?
The same.
How do you take it?
Straight up. With a twist. Thank you, Mr.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
It's in your honour top.
On a top.
Honour top.
Your accent. Georgian?
Very good, Mr. Bond. Have you been to Russia?
Not recently. I used to drop in occasionally. Shoot in and out.
Well, it's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
Little tip for your friend. The French registration plates for this year's model begin with the letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
What rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department?
He's much better, but it's still not Bond.
Mr. Bond.
Commander.
It's more Midsummer Murders. It's more ITV, TV level. So.
Well, this one's an admiral.
It's like Bond, the TV show.
I like a woman who enjoys pulling rank.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
Pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine.
It's a slightly different... Action.
Uncle. It appears we share the same passions. 3 anyway.
I count 2. Motoring and baccarat. I hope your 3rd is where your real talent lies.
One rises to the challenge.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
There's one trick I've never learnt. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. And for you,
The same.
how do you take it?
Straight up. With a twist. Thank you, Mr.
Name's Bond. James Bond.
Xenia Onatop.
On a top.
Onatop.
Your accent. Georgian.
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia?
Not recently. I used to drop in occasionally. Shoot in and out.
It's very different now, a land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
I'm almost getting sucked in and mesmerised by this performance. Can we just go to the next one? Because that's not what this is. Right, Rupert Everett. Rupert's friend.
C'est à la banque.
Banker. It appears we share the same passions. 3 anyway.
I count 2. Motoring and baccarat.
Oui pour la banque.
Give him blonde hair and he could be one of the
I
Malfoys.
hope your 3rd is where your real talent lies.
One rises to meet the challenge.
That's what I said. I said he was Harry Potter material.
Double.
Suivi. Carte.
5. 6. Bank.
It's car day. Car day.
Use it.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Very words I live by. So tell me, what are the words you live by?
The trick is to quit while you're ahead.
Now that is one trick I've never learned. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done.
Very posh.
A vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. And you?
The same.
How do you take it?
Straight up, with a twist. Thank you, Mr.
Nice withering.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Xenia Onatop.
On the top.
Onatop.
Your accent is Georgian?
Very good, Mr. Bond. You've been to Russia?
Not recently, but I used to drop in occasionally. Shooting out.
It's very different now. A land of opportunity.
With a Ferrari in every garage.
Not quite. That belongs to a friend.
A tip for your friend. The French registration plates for this year's model start with the letter L. Even the counterfeit ones.
And what rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
Shall we go?
This one is an admiral.
Would you like a lady who enjoys pulling rank?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
The pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine.
Swig of the old Evian.
C'est à la banque.
I'm done, guys. I'm done, guys. I think I'm done. I don't want to watch 3 more versions of everything, but I think you get the idea. Like,
Slate 1, take 1.
you know what I mean? That's it. That's it.
License to Kill, the 16th 007 adventure, is not the usual Bond dose of escapism.
Starring Sam Worthington.
Instead, a tale of the nasty times we live in.
There were some real fucking bollocks with this guy. I don't know if I should release this.
Violent Bond picture to date.
Shut the fuck up.
Pushing the envelope.
Shittest Bond movie to date. He was good in it though.
I can't bring my 6- and 7-year-olds to see
People,
Bond anymore.
the city. You fill that with people. A whole city, well, part of it. A little bit of it. Okay, a small section. 100 yards. But I mean, my God, the the more you fill it with people. It's like
Tightly
Cecil
wound.
B. DeMille.
There's no joke.
I'm done. Right, this was a shit video. I'll see you on the next one.